Hi chat! Welcome to another stream. Oh, we're one button ahead. We can't give you guys a free button. That's not how this works. How you guys doing? It is Wednesday, November 11th of 2020. It's 11/11. You get to make a wish all day, I guess. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Good to see you all again. Let's see who all is here today. I accidentally refreshed chat because there was an unban request, and I was like, nope, not gonna unban them. but I clicked it and it just like completely messed up the chat. But anyway, looks like Michaela was first today. How's it going? We've also got James Boyne. We've got Rollers who says no because you weren't first. It's funny. We've also got Yoda Droid. How's it going? Juicebox Heroes here. Showing up at the beginning of the stream today, Juice. That's nice. We've also got Beldathis. Juice is early today. Yeah, Rollers noticed as well. Did he middle click? Oh, I want to be here for the scary story Anthony's about to tell about. Okay, yeah, we have a story. That was really weird and really scary, but yeah, we'll tell the story in a bit. Let me get through the hellos and then we'll do that. Did he middle click on a folder in his bookmarks bar, opening 20 W3 school slings? No, I did not do that. Fortunately not. Hey, what's up, Aliber? Hello. Welcome to the stream. And Sammy Volis, how's it going? Will there be feet? No, there were no feet. No, but there was a cop with a nice butt. I mean, there was. It's true. Hey, what's up, NoSQL Know-How? Hello. This is an odd chat to come in. Right? Where's Longboy? I can go get Longboy. You just want to see my feet. I know how this is. So we're gonna try and hide the feetsies. Yeah, we're good. Here's Longboy. Noodle. There's Noodle. Hang out up there, Noodle. Hey, what's up, J Phils? How's it going? Welcome. We've also got the Endless River and El Papa Pig. How's it going? We want Lola too. I actually don't know where Lola is. Oh, that's not true. I see Lola. Fine. There you go. There's Lola too, and you can see we've got both Zach and Zane. Zach and that one's Zach. No wait, this one's Zane. That one's Zach. Zach and Zane. We got Zach and Zane there too. But anyway. Lois on the floor near the door. Yes, indeed she was. Hey, what's up, Drunk Time Bot? Hello. On your bot account this time. Whoa, camera went off over there. Did we confuse it by moving around too much? No, I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about the scary story from last night. So, Juice and I... Actually, what happened? I think I was in the bedroom, and Juice went to go to the bathroom, and I was just, sitting around waiting for her to be done. And suddenly there's like a loud banging noise. And the funny thing is, Juice assumed it was me, and I assumed it was Juice, and we're both like, stop banging, and we're like, wait. If we're both saying stop banging, clearly it is neither of us. And we determined that somebody was banging on the front door. So, I don't know. I don't have weapons in my house. So, the closest to a weapon was I picked up a water bottle. That water bottle. And it was full. So it would have been, a decent blunt force weapon. But anyway, I picked it up and I was like, I went to the door and I was like, what is going on? And this dude was on my porch being like, let me in, and I'm like, no. That is the opposite of what is happening right now. He's like, I've come home, you're my family, let me in. And I'm like, no, I don't know who you are. And he just kept yelling to come in and stuff, and we're like, all right, who are you? And he's like, you know who I am. I'm like, nope, I've never met you before. Oh, we gotta ban somebody. Great. Oh, they're getting more clever with their Unicode things. But anyway, we're like, I was like, I don't know who you are. And he's like, you're a liar. You're a liar! A liar! Liar, liar! And I'm like, what? Excuse me? Like, what are you lying about? I'm like, I'm not lying. What are you talking about? And then he just started like screaming and like banging on the neighbor's door, and my neighbor didn't even notice any of this. Like she apparently had the TV up really loud and her heater up really loud, and so she just didn't hear any of it. But man, this guy was clearly either like drugged or drunk or like really, really messed up. But anyway, we called the cops, and they ended up, escorting him into a vehicle, and I don't know where they went after that, but and the weird thing was they came in and questioned us afterward and were like, we need some contact information, etc. And I don't know why, but they asked my height and weight, which is just like, I don't know why that's relevant to your questioning here, but sure, I will tell you my height and weight. And after we closed the door, Juice was like, "Is that the hottest police officer you've ever seen? Is that the hottest police officer ever?" And I was like, she's kind of cute. But anyway, that's what happened. That's what happened last night. This was at like 10 p.m. ish. So pretty late at night. But fortunately, we're all safe. Nothing really happened. You did not. You said she's pretty hot. All right. But anyway, yeah, that was the crazy man story from last night. And yeah, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sorry, that was a really dumb joke. But anyway, hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Oh no! Benja Jovial, did you clip this? You're a liar! You're a liar! A liar! Liar! You're a liar! I actually love this clip. This clip is so funny. Oh no. Oh man, chat is horny today. What is going on? Drunk time but says, so what do you use to format your Python code? I saw the repo for the fixing import hook, but not much else. If you look at my pre-commit config in any of my repos, you can look at what I use to format stuff. Oops, pre-commit config.yaml. So let me go over all the things that are formatters. So this is a trailing whitespace formatter. This is an end of file formatter. This is a requirements.txt formatter. This is a single quote strings formatter. This is a PEP8 based formatter. This is an import reorder. This is a code version upgrader formatter. This is a trailing comma formatter, similar to Black, but this existed several years before Black. This is a formatter for setup.cfg, and I think that's all the formatters that I use. Or generally the formatters that I use. I guess I have another formatter called YesQA, but I only use that periodically. I don't run it all the time. The idea behind YesQA is if you have a Python file, say that you did like import OS and you had a function that originally did print os.path.join foo and bar, and if you flagate this, fine, whatever. But maybe at some point you no QA'd this line for some reason, even though, well, let me put an extra new line so flagate passes. Flagate, yeah, so maybe you put a no QA here. At some point, maybe the code changed, maybe it was a big code base, maybe a bunch of people committed to it, who knows. But sometimes no QAs, creep into the code base. And what YesQA does, talks dev what YesQA does is YesQA is it will take those unnecessary no QA comments and automatically remove them. Also, if you were to have a no QA comment with the wrong codes, I think it fixes them. No, just straight up remove. Oh, I see. It's if you have more codes than are needed. F401, F123. You'll see that it fixes it to the right code here. But anyway, that's yes QA. It's meant to be a fixer for accidental disabling of things. I eventually want to change Flake8 so that it actually just makes that an error in the first place, but I haven't done that yet. Alright, Juice has got to go eat lunch. We'll see you around. Baby-based formatter. No, Pep8. T-Bot T! How's it going, T-Bot T? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Good to see you again. What does the QA stand for in no QA? I assume that it stands for quality assurance. I don't actually know because it predates all of my use of Python and maintaining any of the projects where it's relevant, so I don't really know quite what it stands for. But my guess is quality assurance, which is what Drunk Timebot also assumes as well. It doesn't stand for Quack Attack. No, I don't think so. Okay, I want to talk about what I did in open source since last time. It's not that much. I made... Let's see, well, this is closed source. I upgraded my terraform pre-commit.ci to autoupdate 13. And this is the one thing that I did since last time, which is I fixed this issue here. There's a bug in PyUpgrade, which is a code formatter, where it would take this statement here and not perform the correct upgrade. It should have left this parenthesized, since this is a expression that would need parenthesization in order to add this attribute on the end. So I fixed that. So now there's a bunch of new test cases here where you can see down here that, you know, this same sort of pattern ends up being, you know, parenthesized, whereas before it was not parenthesized. In fact, we have to do this for our buddy, the walrus operator. But, yeah. Anyway, fix that. So that's what that patch is about. I would have expected no lint, but yeah, it's weird. I don't actually know where it comes from. It's kind of old. But yeah. Pylint uses ignore. Ignore is pretty standard. Yeah, Pylint does Pylint : ignore. So it's like very specific to Pylint though. James Boyne says, does somebody know why parse known args will give the help message if you use it before parse args, which results in the help message missing options? Arg parse and Python. Yes, there's a way to do this that works. Make dir x t.py. We'll just do it to module scope, which is not how I would normally write a program, but arg parse.argument parser parser.parser1 dot add argument foo args rest equal parser dot parse known args parser2 equals arg parse dot argument parser. And we also want to have this option here. Oops, that's a 9. That's not supposed to be there, and this is supposed to be parser2. Args equals parser dot parse args. So let's say we had something like this. And right now, if I do help here, oops. Parser1. Right now, if we do help right here, we're only going to see the foo argument because this call right here is triggering the help. And the way you get around this, I believe, is add help equals false. Parser2. Yeah, so now it'll fall through to the second parser. So this will skip the help in the argument parser. But that's kind of a cool little neat thing to video about. The idea, skipping help in to add parse known arguments. because I could probably cover 2 things in one video. Arg parse. There we go. Cool. Well, hopefully that's helpful. I can paste bin this for you. It might have to do with the fact that nobody would write no QA in a normal comment. No QA is also fun to type. I see. Hey, what's up, Gaming Lucas Live? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, cool. But anyway, you can check that out. I have one other thing that I want to talk about before we get started with the actual programming. Is an announcement. We have decided on the date for Coding in the Dark, which is going to be a cool thing with the programmers. So if you know some of these streamers, Vapejuice Jordan, me, Alt F4, Mewtwo, Milky, J-Fills, and Juicebox Hero, on next Wednesday at 6 Pacific, we're going to be doing a team event called Coding in the Dark. And if you weren't here for the last one, I also wasn't here for the last one. If you weren't here for the last one, the idea behind Coding in the Dark is we are going to see we're going to see a website, and then we're going to write the code that simulates rendering that website, but we're not allowed to render it until the very, very end. So we're going to be just programming the website without seeing the results. And then finally at the end, we'll do a reveal at the end. If you want an example, let me give you an example of one that I did. Oops, that's print. I did one for google.com. Damn it. There's a doodle today. Anyway, pretend there's not a doodle today. Pretend it's the normal icon there. So I did one of these. If I can find the image. Oh, where is it? Is it this one? Nope, that's a meme. It's not that one. This one. Here we go. So this was my Coding in the Dark of google.com, which, I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. You know, got the buttons, I got the nice sign in. I was really happy with the top bar. The bottom bar, I forgot to set this to full width, and otherwise I think it would have been like pretty close to perfect. But I don't know, pretty darn good for like not being able to see it. Also, I didn't do my flexbox here properly. But oops, that's not what I want to show. Anyway, this is the difference between my reproduction of Google and actual Google without clicking. Oh, you can't even see the bottom bar. But yeah, there's what the bottom bar is supposed to look like, and there's what my bottom bar looks like. But anyway, we're gonna be doing Coding in the Dark, and that's gonna be happening next Wednesday. So a week from today at 6 p.m., which should be pretty good. Wait, what was the meme? Okay, I'll show you the meme again. This is me posting on Twitter. This is me shit posting about PyProject.toml. Gaming Lucas Live says, "Can I code myself a girlfriend in Python or just a friend?" I mean, sure. I mean, you could probably hook something up with GPT-3 that pretends to be a companion of some sort. But Oscar Allen says, programming. I thought we only did programming in here. It's true. It's true. CSS is my passion. Yeah, for not being a front-end developer, I'd say that I did, pretty decent on that. But anyway, this should be pretty fun to see all the programmers going through there. But anyway, let's get started with what I want to work on today, which is terraform stuff. Begin bot, nice. We got with the nice raid there. How's it going, people? I have not started working on things today, but welcome raiders. If you guys don't know, BeginBot, who raided with 69 viewers. Check out BeginBot. Also works on a bunch of Python stuff. Was working on some Go stuff today, doing some infrastructure. We were working on leaking tokens as a service, which I thought was pretty funny. But But anyway, BeginBot is another Python streamer, another programming streamer who's pretty awesome. But thank you for the raid and welcome to the stream. We've also got Kiko from Texas and Ayrton Zanan. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. And Gazpacho Soup. Gazpacho Soup! Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Punchy Penguin and Lup Lup? How's it going, Lup Lup? And Red Sky 1, welcome back. That was a lot of work rating with 69. Yeah, 69 was pretty nice. Pretty nice. I had to recruit some people and kick others out. Hey, what's up, Iconis? Hello, hello. What are you doing? Can you sum up? Yes, so let me give you an overview of what I am working on. Also, for raiders, come watch Coding in the Dark next week on Wednesday. I will post this link in the chat so you can view the thing. But anyway, what I'm working on is I'm building sort of a startup-y thing. It's a CI service based around an open source linter and code formatter framework that I created called pre-commit. The idea behind pre-commit is you set up a config file with some tools and versions. It knows how to integrate with Githooks. This is entirely optional though. The kind of big selling point is that it can install all those tools in user space and then run them against files in your repository. So you don't have to manage installing any of these things. It will install them and run them for you, which is pretty dope. But pre-commit.ci is a hosted CI system centered around this tool. And I'm going to read the little blurb here that Kambiko helpfully wrote for us. Developers spend a fair chunk of time during their development flow on fixing relatively trivial problems in their code. Pre-commit.ci both enforces that these issues are discovered, which is opt-in for each developer's workflow via pre-commit, but also fixes the issues automatically, letting developers focus their time on more valuable problems. And I'll give a little live demo here, since I know how much you guys love live demos. Oops, that's not private tab, that's print. Let me start the server. It is live in production right now. I don't really want to play around with the production version of it though, just because it's going to generate emails to people. Let me pre-commit ci.worker.q. These three. Oh right, I purged all of my circuit secrets. Why are you trying to reach out to... Anyway, we'll... Oh, that's not what it's called. Python 3-m scripts. Set secrets. Sorry, I redid my entire infrastructure yesterday while moving to Terraform Cloud, so things are a little bit broken. That should be good now. Okay, cool. I don't know why it pulls the AWS secrets when I'm running locally. That's probably a bug. I should probably fix that at some point. But anyway, if we take this here, let's go to github.com. I'm going to log in with my other user. Eastilly2, grab my password from my password manager. Eastilly2, copy and paste. And if you're wondering why I don't type passwords on stream, check out that video. But let me give you a quick demo here. So we have a little demo repo. So the cool thing is, let me add a file, create a new file, test2.txt. And let's say that, you wrote out your text file here. Maybe you had some white space problems. Maybe you had, let's just do trailing white space. That'll be an easier demo. Let's say you had some trailing white space, which is often something that linters will flag, but will often not fix for you, which is kind of annoying. But if we go and make a pull request for this, and create pull request, that should trigger a run here. You can see that we've started doing a run here. And you can see that we've got our GitHub status here. And this is currently running here. Looks like it's probably finished by now. Finished by now. Nope, not yet. There we go. Now it's finished. And so you can see that we got a failed run here because I had trailing white space. And you can see here that it ran those linters and it said, fixing test2.txt. And pre-commit.ci made an automatic commit to fix that problem for us. So we didn't have to do anything at all. It just went in and was like, yeah, I see what you did. I got you. I'll fix it for you. And, fix the pull request automatically. And then you can see the second run here was successful because all of the linters passed. But that's kind of a small demo of pre-commit.ci. What we've been working on the last couple of streams is getting this config file to be automatically updated. So if we look at pre-commit config.yaml, this has a version in it, and normally the versions are, pinned, and they're pinned for reproducibility, but you kind of want to upgrade them periodically so that you end up at the latest versions. And pre-commit has an auto-update tool, but it would be nice to be able to run that periodically against, all of your repositories, so you don't have to remember to manually run that tool. And where the fuck is the PR that we generated yesterday? Well, we can regenerate it today. That's fine. Auto updater periodic dot worker. So this will spit out auto updater. We'll spit out some commands. I need to hook this up to like actual services. We're going to be using SQS, I believe, today to do it. And we're going to run this against demo 2. So if I run this little script here, it's going to pull down the repository. You can see the updated config here. There's a bunch of debugging information because I haven't cleaned this up yet. And then it pushes and creates a pull request. And so if we go to demo 2 now, you can see that it has automatically generated this pull request. And in fact, this pull request itself has, triggered a pre-commit job. And, like that, we've, automatically updated this repository. This config, I was intentionally using the old format where it was not a top-level map, and it used to say SHA instead of rev, but now it says rev because it's more generic and easier. And you can also see that it bumped the version here. So it did all of that automatically. And we're going to be working on kind of periodically scheduling this thing and hopefully running it for cheap in AWS. But hopefully that's a neat little demo of what pre-commit.ci is and what we're going to be building out today as well. But oh no, now I'm so super far behind on chat. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Hey, what's up, m2dev.net and Ayrton Zanin? Hello, hello. McConch. So, toe licking as a service. Oh, leaking tokens, leaking toes. I see, I get it. Truly revolutionary, says Aqua Funkalistic Booty Wrap. That's a great name. The Elder Force says we have an event date now. Indeed, indeed. Explains PipM. No, I have not talked about PipM, Chum. What is coding in the dark? We're going to see a website and then write code without seeing our output, and then at the end reveal it to see how closely we're to the actual website. I guess I should upload my sample example. LJB.boy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Oh, I guess I can go to floofy.cc, and where is the thing? Where is the thing? There it is. As you can see, my version of google.com, so this is an example idea for there. But anyway, let me put this back, let me put my VM back. That's what coding in the dark is. What are your thoughts on pipenv versus requirement of text? I don't think pipenv is a useful abstraction. I think it's slow. I think it's, unnecessary. I'd rather just use requirements.txt and virtualenv directly. T-Bad-T says, interesting, the .ci is the top-level domain name for... I don't actually know how to say that, but yes, I do know that it is a country TLD. They don't have any restrictions, though, so that's why I purchased one. I purchased it through some French registrar. It actually wasn't that expensive, so I'm pretty happy about the domain. And if something goes wrong, I have a backup.com domain, so I can always transfer everything to that. Hey, what's up, Iconist? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I wonder if the .com domain redirects. Should probably check that. pre-commit.ci.com. Yeah, okay, it redirects. Dope. Dope! Oh no, live demo. Quick, guess what obscure thing goes wrong? No, everything worked. It was all good. Hey, what's up, Tasungo? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I guess there was the creds weirdness that went wrong, but... Calsphere says, looks like Windows is the root host and a VM for development with Ubuntu. Yes, that is exactly what's going on here. The Alderforce says quit showing that video, ruining it for the rest of us lazy streamers. Yes, well, I mean, or you can keep typing passwords on stream, and I will eventually write some software that just, like, scoops up your passwords. Hey, what's up, Zero Xeon? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Oscar Allen says, considering that the CI runs after you have committed the code and pushed it, shouldn't it be called post-commit? So pre-commit actually submits the post-commit Git hook, oddly enough. But yeah. UDP questions don't TCP questions. Indeed, indeed. Chump says, why not? Is it similar to the Walrus thing? I just think that it's like, it makes development slower instead of faster, and yeah. If it makes it slower, what's the point? Hey, what's up, Unfed Diplomat? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Also, it's kind of buggy and like dated in weird ways. And like, if you want to use requirements of text, pip tools is amazing. pipenv actually uses pip tools, so why wouldn't you just use pip tools directly? Oh, Editor Nick, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Ernyoke says such organized desktop. Yeah, I infrequently go through and I clean up all of my my desktop, but I haven't done that in quite a while, so it's gotten a little bit messy. I do need to go through that at some point. But you know, we got a cornbread recipe on the desktop. That's how you know it's good. And we've got this to-do that I still haven't done. I think I'm just gonna pay someone to do this. This is to make sub badges because I still haven't done them yet. But... And we have the original blob diagram of pre-commit.ci, which actually hasn't changed all that much, except these two boxes got combined. But yeah. Anyway, is coding in the dark only for websites, or have you done that with Python? I think we're only gonna do websites because it's mostly gonna be front-endy stuff. Hey, what's up, Dom? Do you have coding? Who says, I'm disappointed coding in the dark doesn't involve actual darkness. I mean, we could do like dark modes of website. That might be a thing. Akane says, well, you're a foul. Maybe I will ask some advice one day. Well, feel free to ask questions. That's big part of this stream. Ayrton Tonzanen says, damn, it's so slow, pipenv. I still use it and like it, but it's so slow. Yeah, I mean... Private Orange says pipenv is like npm version 1 level in terms of speed. Once it's like yarn level speed, it would be so much better. Yeah, there are certain architectural decisions of pipenv that prevent it from being faster. So, yeah. Or you know, instead of pip tools, pipenv, join the poetry gang. Yeah, poetry I've heard is pretty good too. What are you coding? Bang today is helpful for that. I just did a whole thing about it, so I will eventually go over that again. Where are you reading other comments from? I'm just slow on chat, Mr. Oavi. I'm reading them from Twitch chat. I'm just trying to slowly catch up. I was many minutes behind, but now I'm caught up. I have chat slightly off screen, so you can see this window here. I drag it right over here, and I guess I can show you my setup here. So this is actually basically what my stream setup looks like. I have my VM over here. I have a Firefox, or I have a Chrome window here. I have Twitch chat over here. I have this nice little thing so I can click on messages and say like, okay, this is the one that I just read, so I can keep my place in chat and make sure I don't lose stuff. I've got OBS over here. I've got my stream dashboard over here, so I can see that there are 111 of you watching me today. That's crazy. I also have Streamlabs chilling out over here. I have Firefox, and I have iTunes over here. But this is my setup. These are my new softboxes. Oh, I forgot to turn this light on today, so if I'm slightly less yellow than normal, that's why. But yeah, that's that setup. Whew. Just tuned in? Yeah, no big deal. James Wayne says, just in case you didn't see it, I can't use that because I'm using one parser for all of it, but I guess just not executing parse node args when help is given is okay. I see. You can also, I think you can dynamically remove help as well if you need to. M2Dev.net says, because it's on my mind today and was discussing with a friend, what are your thoughts on enforcing log levels in code and having certain levels in various environments? I think that's a good idea. Enforcing it is the tricky part. Is the very, very tricky part. So I have emails generated for my pre-commit stuff. Enforcing it is the hard part. But basically every company that I've worked at has kind of had that sort of leveling system. Yelp's was very ad hoc. There was no like log levels. It was just like, conditional logging instead. At Lyft, I think everything below warning was hidden in prod, but would show up in staging and development. And the weird noise coming from my house. I wonder if it's a crazy man telling me I'm a liar. But yeah, at Lyft, it was the levels were based on the environment. I don't know. I don't personally like logging myself. I'm more of a debugging type person. I do think like some stats are useful, but I think like general log lines are a great way to like, leak information and not actually provide useful insight. And what you really want is like tracing and stats. But that's just me. I just don't like logs. Dude, you have massive softboxes? Yeah, they're huge. But they're nice because they make it, relatively uniform. I mean, I can still cast a little. You can see I can still cast a little bit of a shadow, but they make the light a lot more uniform, so it's a little bit easier to deal with. But I know they're nice. They work. I do want to like move my. I want to move, period, out of this house at some point, so I can have like an actual streaming room and like set up a desk in a way where, I can properly place the lights instead of just like the only place that they happen to fit on my desk, and so I'll get a little bit of a nicer setup. But yeah. Girthy Stoffbox, yes. Hey, what's up, Void Russ? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Void Russ. Why are you gonna say such true shit like that? Hey, what's up, Harshad? Who says, today I finally have done my first live stream. C++ code compiler Discord bot. Ooh, that's cool. Congrats on your first stream. Okay, but let's talk about what we're trying to do with this autoupdater. So you saw already that there's kind of two components to it. One is a periodic job, which is going to scrape all of the repositories and queue up a bunch of, pieces of work here. Now, there's several constraints that make this a little bit difficult. Actually, we'll draw this diagram again, because why not? Hey, what's up? Akai, thank you for the host. Welcome to the stream. There's a couple components here. That is not the square tool. Yeah, MS Paint with Anthony Wright's code. Okay, so this is auto updater periodic, and this is the auto updater. And we've also got, magical GitHub chilling out over here. GitHub chilling out over there. And we've got our DynamoDB table, which tells us all of our app installs. So this is the GitHub app installs, which also lists all of the repositories. Lists repos. What the auto updater periodic does is it goes out to this guy to retrieve the oh, down. I did that one wrong. Gotta do lower and then upper. There we go. To retrieve the list, all of the list of repositories. And then what we're going to introduce is a little bit of a queue here. This is going to be our... I'm going to pretend this guy is SQS. This is going to be our auto-update queue. And it's going to take all of these repositories and queue them into SQS. And then this auto-updater is going to pull from SQS. Oops. And eventually make pull requests to GitHub. The problem is GitHub severely rate limits us. Severely rate limited. So that's one constraint that we have. The other thing is GitHub requires us to do this serial. These rate limits need serial and sleep. So the way I want all these to work, I want this to be lambda. I want this to be lambda because it's going to be cheaper to do that. Normally, when you don't want to do sleeps in lambda because you're paying for all that money to sleep. However, it's cheaper to sleep than it is to use step functions to avoid it. So we're just going to be sleeping in lambda and just like burning money for no reason. But that's fine. And this also needs to be serial. So this is going to have to be concurrency 1, which usually you don't want to do for lambda. But in this case, it kind of constrains us a little bit there. And since it's going from SQS, we also want this to be FIFO. Yeah, because we don't have a good way of determining whether we've already done the work, and so this will eliminate most duplicates. But we're gonna do this FIFO, which doesn't actually matter. It'll also make it a little bit less noisy for people than just random insertion. And what else? What else do we need to do here? Yeah, I think that's most of it. So this is kind of the model that I want to do. So we're going to be setting up a lambda, we're going to be setting up a queue, we're going to be setting up this lambda. Oh, this lambda also has a database that is kind of used like a cache. This is DDB. It's auto-update repos, but it's too short to fit in this box. So we also see like this being used as a cache here. Oh, got our little database request here. Anyway, that's kind of the diagram of what we got here. And so we're gonna be trying to set up Terraform for that. So I did a cool thing yesterday. I set up Terraform. I think it's app.terraform.io. Yeah. Oh, this is the incognito tab. We don't need this anymore. Oh, we will need it later. Damn. Oh well. App.terraform.io. Ah, dang it. I gotta grab my password from my password manager. Terraform. And I'm hoping it doesn't show my creds in plain text. Because I don't remember from yesterday. But I set up Terraform Cloud. I got a 2-factor. Do that real quick. Dusty in my room. Boop. Okay. Never. And so I set up Terraform Cloud, which is really, really cool. Please no creds, please no creds, please no creds. But the cool thing is it manages running Terraform and storing state and all that jazz. And the other cool thing is on pull requests, it will run a plan for you, so you can see exactly what a pull request is going to change. So I think I'm going to be changing to a pull request workflow just because that's kind of how Terraform Cloud is designed to work. It's not really designed for one person working on something, but we're gonna try and see how it works. I haven't really done much other than set it up, but you can see like it will plan both for dev and prod. So I have 2 different workspaces set up. You can see that here was the dev plan. Okay, good. This is not a credential. This is the zone ID. We're fine. Everything's okay there. And you can see that it also did a plan for prod as well. But that seems pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Oscar on, thanks for sending the MOT. That's great. Paint time, indeed. Mr. Avi says, "Hey there, it's Code. Why do you think people watch your stream?" I don't know. Why don't you ask chat? Chat probably knows. I assume it's a combination of like I work on interesting stuff, I talk about interesting things, and my voice puts people to sleep. Some combination of those things. Either has code less than Anthony draws in paint, less than Anthony reads chat. I mean, kind of. Cereal and sleep sounds nice. Paying to sleep, yeah. The Lambda Motel. Raven Master. I mean, if you can sleep and then run some code for me. I would pay you to do that. Phone ending in 6800. Shit. I guess that narrows it down. Now you're down to like 1 in 1,000 knowing my phone number. Shit. Oh no. It's because of the plush cats, I see. I came here to see if I could learn some stuff. I guess, yeah, there's a lot of like learning that goes on. I learn a lot of stuff on stream too, which I think is cool. Cybergenic says he's really good at Python and he's nice and insightful. I see. Lup says I get taught epic stuff and there are fluffy pillows on coding. I see. Trying to brute force my way into friendship and learning. Ice Cane says I'm actually in bed going to sleep. Perfect. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, I need to fill up my water because my mouth is dry and I'm thirsty. So I'm gonna go fill up my water. I will be right back and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, I'm back. Got my water. Okay, so let's see. I think we're gonna start by setting up the queue first. Also, the music has stopped. Please continue, music. I think we're gonna start by setting up the queue first. Actually, we'll probably just do it all at once. Hey, what's up, Mark Amanus? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So this is my terraform setup that I have so far. I think this backend file allows me to use Terraform Enterprise and like plan locally. Git Shango master git pull. I don't have to do -- prune because I got a nice git config setting for that now. Prune remote branches. It'll delete all the merged ones. Okay. So I think if I do tf plan, this should be a no-op. Running plan in the remote backend. Output will stream here. Ooh. Setup failed. Terraform Cloud detected a TF state file. I just try that again. Clearly I haven't worked with Terraform Cloud ever, so I don't really know so much about this. But this seems pretty cool. This also means that I don't need to have credentials in my working directory anymore. That's pretty cool. Whoa. I don't know why it reads this every time. There's something weird about this. Maybe because it doesn't store this data in the plan file for some reason. But anyway, I guess that's what we got to work with. So that's not so bad. I can close all of this. Okay, so I already have one queue, so I'm basically just copying this queue, which is mostly set up for me already. So it's there's a run queue. This is the, I should probably get rid of the word underscore queue here because it's already in the name here. Run put, oh, this is gonna be annoying. No, yes. I started standardizing my names in other stuff, but I have not done it for these modules yet. Let me do that. So if I tf plan, it should change nothing, in theory. The one annoying thing is, like, in order to do all this, I have to make a bunch of pull requests, but I think that's fine. I think this is going to make my Terraform workflow a little bit safer and less kind of ad hoc, because I was being pretty ad hoc right now. 6 to add, 6 to destroy. That's clearly not what we want. I guess we can't rename that. Why are we destroying here? Alright, never mind. We're not gonna make that change then. That will cause downtime. Well then, I guess we will just make our new stuff correct instead. cp sqs run to sqs autoupdate.tf. This will be our autoupdate queue, so we're gonna replace run queue with autoupdate. Yeah, it's weird. It shouldn't have changed anything because the name was specifically set here. I don't know why it did that. It's very strange to me. Auto update. The other thing that we need to configure here is the visibility timeout. I did actually tune that number, so this can be eliminated from here, from the other one. SQS run to do done. But let's see, 2 minutes of timeout. So let's think about this a little bit. So we're gonna receive at maximum. Wait, what is the max item receive? SQS max receive count 1,000. We're not gonna process 1,000 messages at once. There's no limit mentioned in the message lifecycle. Maximum message retention time. The default is 4 days, the maximum is 14 days. So that's plenty of time. That's for dead letter. Cypher says 256k. Okay, well that's way bigger than what we need. So what we essentially want to do is pull off some small number of things at a time. Actually, does it really matter how much we pull off at a time? It kind of does, because we're going to run into lambda execution limits. Let's see. Let's say that we're going to pull off 10 at a time. And I'm going to estimate that it takes about... Well, let's say it takes maximum... Actually, let's see. What is the lambda max execution time? Lambda max execution time. I think that's 15 minutes. Oh, that's much longer than it used to be. It used to be 5 minutes. Oh, previously the maximum execution time was 5 minutes. Yeah. Let's say that's 5 minutes. Or let's, yeah, we'll set this to slightly more than 5 minutes, so we'll set this to 6 minutes. Your count default is 1,000 invocations per second. Max runtime is 15 minutes. Default is 3 seconds. I see. Okay, so we're gonna set this. We're gonna set our visibility time on our queue to 6 minutes. This is the time between receiving an item and we should check it in. Otherwise, it will be retried. Hey, what's up, Solixted? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, and thank you, Zypher2k, for being really helpful. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we're gonna set this to 6 minutes. And we're going to set our lambda execution time to 5 minutes. And then we're going to target about 4 minutes of execution. So we're going to give ourselves like a minute of leeway. About. And it doesn't actually matter how much I set this to, because it's going to be, you know, it's going to continue to run until the queue is exhausted. Although, I think I get 5,000 API requests per hour, and I don't know how many each of these pushes takes. So we might have an additional constraint, and we might run out of API requests. I could probably ask GitHub for a bump in the API request here, or we could figure out a way to schedule this differently. But I don't think I have enough users to hit 1,000 or to hit 5,000 per hour. So I think for now it's fine. We can always do that later. Chevco says, "What does the blue button do?" It's a little fidget spinner. If you can do bang blue thing and learn more about it. But if we put it on one of my Pokemon machines here, it spins. Looks cool. That's about it. Nothing super special there. But it chills out here. I have a lot of fidget toys, so you'll see me, you know, play with fidget spinners, and I've got the original fidget cube here as well. Okay, so I think this is still going to be the same. I don't think we're going to need to change message visibility. We're just going to need delete and receive. I think this is mostly fine. So that's our auto update queue. We also need to make 2 roles. We need to make a role for auto update periodic, and we need to make a role for auto update. So we need role auto update periodic. It's gonna be the easier one, I think. Let's look at role lambda update install. Okay. This is so that root can assume this role, I think. So we're gonna copy the same bit from here. And we need that as well. Where's the actual part where we make the role? Oh, right here. We need this for sure. That's gonna be our role. And instead of lambda update install, it's gonna be called lambda auto update periodic. Ah, typoed. And then we need this. We need all 3 of these to attach these policies. This is so that Lambda can write logs to CloudWatch. Yes. Okay, we need this auto update periodic needs secrets. Oh dang it! It's called autoupdater periodic. Dang it! Autoupdater. Yay! What do you need? You need access to a particular... We need install read. I think it's this one. No, it might be installs read. I don't think it's this one. But there's some read we need. We need scan, actually, which is different permission. And we're not going to use PubSub, we're going to be using SQS instead. So we need the permission to write to the queue and SQS. It looks like we don't need secrets. DynamoDB installs. This is the table that we are doing. Data address IAM policy document installs scan. Oops, tab size 2. I really need to make this so that I can configure the default tab size in my text editor. Haven't done that yet. Resources equals address dynamodb table.installs.arn. And then we need to make a policy. Resource address IAM policy install scan. Oops, that should have been a space. Policy equals data.address IAM policy document dot install scan.json. Okay. Push back to the right size. And then we need to make it so you can read this. So we need to grab one of these. And I usually use lambda autoupdater periodic double underscore and then the permission name installs scan. This will be autoupdate periodic dot name. This should be policy installs scan. So that'll allow it to scan the input table. And then we also need to be able to allow it to write to the queue. This, but instead of run queue, it's going to be our auto update queue. Auto update put. Auto update put, and this should be lambda update sort of periodic. I typoed this, didn't I? We're gonna have all sorts of typos, and we're gonna eventually have to go back through and fix stuff. Me Pythoneer says, what does stir mean / do? That confused me. You had it as an argument on one of your functions. Mind explaining it? I assume that I had something like this. Maybe either this or this. One of those two things. Stir is a built-in type for the strings in Python. And this is a type annotation. And if you want to learn more about type annotation, check out the second video that shows up when I do this search here. That'll kind of give you a crash course on typing, but thank you for the question, Mean Pythoneer. VWWWWWWW says, hi, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How did you pick up Terraform? Been meaning to learn it for forever now. I learned it as part of this project, which was my favorite way to learn stuff. Which is to have a project that needs it and then force myself to learn it in order to implement it. So this is actually the first time I've used Terraform, is this project. And I'm kind of piecing it together. I'm not really sure that I'm doing it right, but it's working, so... It's working! It's working! But, yeah. Chevgo says, tips to learn Python, just watching some random YouTube videos. Build projects, that's my advice. Although, everyone learns differently. I am a project-based learner. I am not a book or tutorial-based learner. I like to build stuff and figure it out myself, personally. Hey, what's up, Hakatos? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you. Feels bad, man. What are you feeling bad about again? You're always feeling bad, though, so... I see. Welcome. Dub says, I have a project like that. I was thinking of doing it. Problem is, it is a client project with deadlines, and they could care less if the deployment is in Terraform. Yeah, that's true. Hack it together and ship it mostly. I know that feel. I know that feel. Okay, so I think this is right for that role. We also need role autoupdater. Oh, except this is named wrong. This should be role lambda autoupdater. Role lambda autoupdater periodic. Oh, this is named wrong. Lambda autoupdater periodic. What a mouthful. Hey, what's up, Billiam? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hello, hello. Bahumet says, I used Wasman project to recode it to understand how it works. I see, I see. Dodo says, I didn't know you could do that move with substitute. Yeah, that thing's actually pretty cool. I did not know this for the longest time. This is like a neat bash trip. So you can have some like combination things here. And this will expand to this string, but sometimes A, sometimes B. So you can see like you get, actually let's do it with something that's not A and B. Like QQQ. So you can see you get A, B. You can also do it as many times as you want. You can also do multiples of these, and it'll do the combinatoric explosion of it. So you can see that you get DE, 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 and A, B, B, C, C. So you can see it expands like that. I believe you can also do like this. Yeah, that also is an expansion. But yeah, there's a bunch of like curly braced bash expansions here, which are pretty neat. Hekatos says, what is the TF extension? The fuck? It's Terraform. Wedro says, do you like the click library by the guy that made Flask? I think it's good. I don't use it myself. I mostly just use vanilla argparse myself because I find that argparse is pretty decent. But yeah. Shmoopy says, Anthony writes code. Do you have any tips for somebody just starting to learn Python? I'm taking my first programming course and it's kicking my ass. Here's a video about my advice for getting started with programming. It does talk about Python specifically, but I think the advice there is pretty general. It might not work for everybody, but that's kind of the advice that I usually give there. Lup says, I now know how to make a password generator from one line. That's cool. Is it a fancy list comprehension sort of dealio? That's pretty dope. Hakadas says, I've never heard of it. What is Terraform? Terraform is an infrastructure as code tool. Basically, you declare how your infrastructure should look, and it will change the state of the world to match that, essentially. Oh, from my echo command. Oh, yeah. I guess you can make a one-liner bash with this that would generate a password for you. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That would work. Although, you know, if you did, I wonder if you can do a.z. Oh, you can. This would get unwieldy very quickly. No, that's not what I wanted to do. But yeah. Dominic Coding says, I used to be an argparse guy, but now I'm a click convert. I see. Voidor says, I like how it's implemented. The way everything is managed with decorators is pretty cool. Kind of, yeah. Used click and now I'm a typer convert. Amazing. Pratik says rand pass equals, oh, I see. You random password generator. Nice. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyway, what was I doing? What do I have so far? We have autoupdater periodic. Okay. We're gonna CP roll lambda autoupdater periodic to roll lambda autoupdater. Then we're going to change all of these. This one needs does not need access to any DynamoDB tables. It does not need put, but it needs get. I wonder if the role is the thing that's going to be getting, or if it's going to be the principal lambda that's going to be getting this. I'm not actually sure about that. Well, fuck it. We'll try it. We'll try it how I think it should work, and then if that doesn't work, we will change it. Highscan says you could just head dev urandom and then MD5 sum. Yeah, you could do that too, but you're only gonna get ASCII characters. What would probably be a little bit better is head -c 32 dev urandom to. Is there a base 64? Yeah, this should probably be a little bit better of a password generator to get, you know, slightly more characters. Is there a base 85? Import base 64 and base 64.b85 encode sys. Oh, we need sys also. Sys.standardin.buffer.read .hex digest. Oh, we don't want hex digest. We need .decode, I think. Python 3. Unexpected EOF. Yeah, there you go. There's a slightly better password. I'd probably give it a little less entropy than that. It's a little bit symbol heavy because base 85 tends to be a little bit symbol heavy, but there's a fun little password generator. Interesting little bit of history about base 85. I think it was originally popularized by the Mercurial version control system. And the only reason that I know this, and this is really dumb, the only reason that I know that base 85 comes from Mercurial is I was working on porting a very large tangly project at Lyft from Python 2 to Python 3. And at the time, Mercurial did not support Python 3. And this giant project was depending on Mercurial just for B85 encode. Just for that one function. So it pulled in all of Mercurial, which is this giant version control system, just to do some weird text manipulation. But, yeah. It's now part of the standard library in Python 3, so no longer need to depend on Mercurial to get a base 85 encoder and decoder. But yeah. Hackathon says, use Flask, now I'm a fast API nerd. Nice. 95.7 only have 16 hex digits. Yeah, that's true. Wonder says, don't do that. Don't run that command. That's a bad idea. Jaller FPV says, using dev urandom is bad if you lack entropy. Better to use blocking dev random to be on the safe side. I think it's not going to matter for passwords, though. Zypher says, what did you ask about the role? Lambda basically has two roles. The service linked role that allows Lambda to assume the role, and the execution role that allows it to interact and impact with other services. My question is, the Lambda is going to source from an SQS queue. Do I, like, where do I give the permission to read from that SQS queue? And write to it, I guess. I should probably look up a Lambda. I haven't done Lambda with SQS before. I know it's possible. SQS and Lambda example. Blah. Create an SQS queue. I like to say SQS queue. There's something really great about that. Configure the event source. Yeah, we'll need this later. Write down the ARN. Do you think people literally get out pen and paper and write down an ARN? I would hope not. I would hope not. Alright, let's look at the sample code here. Okay, that's the event, whatever, don't care about the event. Scaling processing, don't care about that either. Figuring the queue to use with Lambda. To allow your function time to process each batch of records, set the source queue's visibility timeout to at least 6 times the timeout that you configure for your function. Okay. 6 times. Well then. I guess we should process in smaller batches then. 6 times. Holy shit. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Execution role permissions. Lambda needs the following permissions to manage your messages in your queue. Add those to your function's execution role. Okay, so this is execution role. That's what I want to do. I guess we need get queue attributes. I don't know why it needs that, but that's fine. SQS. Autoupdate. So we need on the autoupdate receiver, we need get queue attributes. This is probably to receive the name of the queue or something. I can sort those bad boys. If you don't intend to generate a string of random numbers, devrandom and devrandom have no difference. I mean, they are slightly different. Depends on your threat model, of course. Mercurially is written in Python, yes. The permissions for lambdas to read from SQS will be stated in the role the lambda assumes. Perfect. He says, not even threat model, me being the worst random generator. If I say rand equals 532, there's no way you can guess the next sequence because I'm not going to generate the next. Human behavior is surprisingly predictable. So if it's you saying that number, I mean, there's probably a model that can pretty accurately predict your human behavior. Pretty predictable. But anyway. Sorry, we're gonna get distracted for a second, so let me just open an issue on pre-commit hooks. It's not pull request issues. Dev containers. Why are they setting it to trip 7s? Are dev containers run in on remote Windows machines? Please show your config. This was changed recently and you may be on the latest version. Otherwise, this may be a duplicate of 512. I'm not sure. I assume you're on Windows? Question mark. But yeah, if it's adding executable permissions to random files, then the tool is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But if VS Code Spaces is adding +X to every file, that's a problem with code spaces and not this tool. But anyway. Voidro says, I have a request. Can you do a YouTube video on how descriptors work? Yes, I can do a video idea on that at some point. Video idea descriptors. I think I've briefly talked about them in... Which video was that? Which video is that? Descriptors are complicated though. The property decorator, I think we talk about it in this video briefly. I think we build our own property class. Yeah, we build our own property descriptor here. So I briefly talk about it in this video. But yeah, I will probably do a separate advanced video about descriptors at some point. Insert XKCD random number generator, yeah. She says, to predict the next, the model needs to analyze my RNG's pattern. It can't if I don't generate the next. That's why the functions are called random number generators. They're going to generate more than one random number. I mean, you're going to spit out some other number at some other point in your life. That's almost a certainty. So I think it's fair to say that you are a pseudo-random number generator. Of course, it's not random. It's dictated by your human behavior. Either way, we're splitting hairs. Okay, so that's that. What do we change so far? We have removed the to-do. We've added a scan. We have roll lambda autoupdater, which has access to the retrieval of the queue. We also need to give it access to secrets, which is here. GitHub API secrets. So that's the roles now. Okay, so we have all of that so far. Let's actually do terraform plan and see how badly it crashes so far. Here's what it says. So after looking for half an hour, I haven't figured out if there's a way to dynamically set the help option. So I think there's an add help. What's this here? Yeah, you should be able to just assign to this. Oh, I see. It manually adds this later. I mean, you can manually add one of these. Action equals help. So you can do... So let's say that we had all of these combined. And parse known args. So first call. Oh boy. I think this will work. So add help, then parse known args, then we add a help action, then we call. So we should... Yeah, so it's only giving the help as the second call. And if you wanted to match the actual action equals help, if you want to match the same message as this one, you would do this. Yeah. So I think that would be how you would do this. I can paste you this as well. Luffy.cc, paste source code. Widow says, are descriptors difficult to understand? Method calls are done by descriptors to write. Yes, I think descriptors are pretty complicated. You have to understand kind of the full... Well, you don't have to understand the full protocol for attribute lookup on objects, but it's part of it. So you kind of have to understand how that works. And then, you know, it's these weird classes with these weird double enter methods, and they change whether or not you have a particular method defined, and it's... I know, it's a little messy. Gail says, who made Floofy again? Did you say a friend made it? Yes, my friend Chris, who used to be my intern at Yelp. He still works at Yelp. Good friend of mine. Not the intern that became my manager. That's a different story. Okay, so the plan succeeded, so that's good. We have new data things, that's fine. We're reading this again for some reason. I like how the ID changes based on the date every single time. Just kind of annoying, but whatever. Creating a bunch of new policy documents. We have permission to scan that table. I actually have to write the scan call because I don't really know how to scan in DynamoDB, but we'll be reading some code for that as well. Currently just hacking it together. That. Okay, so we have the roles, we have the queue, we have the scan. We need to create the lambdas now. Yeah. Ayrton Zana says scan is too slow. If you can use query, it's faster. Yeah, the thing is I do actually need to scan the entire table. And performance is not a huge deal here. Fortunately, the number of items is not going to be that high, but I do actually need scan. Unfortunately. Because basically what I'm saying is like take every install that I have and then perform some action on all of them. So it is actually the select star that I need. She says meetings, be back later. Sounds good. I'll see you when you're back. If the amount of data is not huge, then it's okay. I mean, the data is can be kind of big. Show you some examples. How do I even do this? We can do it from here. Pre-commit.ci and actually, yeah, I can do it that way. You can just import Boto 3 and do it this way. Import Boto 3. Resource equals Boto3.resource DynamoDB table equals resource.table installs table.scan. Resp.count. Oh, right, because I purged my data store. How do I get my data store back? I purged my dev database yesterday. Kind of an accident. Kind of on purpose. But we can get it back. Let me do this. And I should be able to log in with my other account. And now we should have install data. Nope. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Actually, I think the way this refreshes is if we add or remove a repository. Now this should be populated. What do you mean, not populated? Oh, okay, it's a periodic task. Right. That makes sense. Now I was too quick. Too speedy. And now I should be able to do scan there. resp count, and scan count should be 1 as well. Resp items. Decimal is not JSON serializable. Dang it. We can do pprint instead. It's gonna look not as good. But yeah, this is basically what it's going to, what the output is going to look like. It's going to be a bunch of these, and the only part of this data that gets big is if there's like lots of repos here. I don't actually know what this is going to look like in prod, but presumably it's a lot larger. But you can see here that, like, you know, we have the acetyl installation. It has 1 repository in it. This list will get longer and longer. But yeah. Just make sure to handle pagination. Yeah, oh for sure. I already know that I need to do that. I just haven't done that yet. I will be doing that soon though. I do know that I need to do that. I had a case where I was scanning and I forgot about handling it. I was so pissed when I figured out that was the problem. Yeah, I already know that I need to do that. Second account should have been called B Satilli. I guess, yeah, we do have a Uncle B Satilli. It's true, it's true. How's it going, Solace? Hello, hello. Aren't you supposed to be working? Work! Do your work! Do your work, brother! Hey, what's up, Sugless Muggless? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Maybe I'm sure someone is C Satilli and I'm D Satilli, so don't even try to keep going. Zypher, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Lots of repos, lots of repos. Lots of repos from the makers of Hungry Hippos. Yeah. Hungry Rippos. Yeah, that's what I meant to say there. But yeah, I will be handling pagination there. But I don't know. I think the value in prod actually isn't that many. How do I do this? AWS dots. Let's log in. We're gonna log into prod. What could go wrong? Where's the login button? Go. And yeah, I know I should stop using the root account here, but it's at least 2-factored, so I'm less concerned about it, but can see how many items are actually in that table, and that'll tell us how many people have installed the app. Oh, I accidentally opened the Yelp app instead of the Auth app. They're in the same place. Oh, fuck. Go away, Yelp app. I don't want you. They're in the same place on my phone, but on a different screen. Boop. MOTP. Tables. Installs. 39 items. Storage size in bytes, 14 kilobytes. It actually is not that many, not that big data. But it potentially will grow much larger. Because it's essentially 1 item per user. Or one or more items per users. Yeah, you can see all the people that have installed this. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is me, and this is me. I think there's one more in here. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I will need to paginate on the scanning there. PyPA, yeah, apparently PyPA has set this up. We can actually look at their, oh, that's their account ID. You can actually look at their install and see what they have set up. Probably nothing, or just pip. Let's see, results.pre-commit.ci. This would be my account. And if we go to here, this is all public, so I'm not actually, snooping anything here. VirtualAmp, I see. VirtualAmp is the one that has set it up. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's Gabber Burnett. Oh, did this perform a push? That'd be so cool if it did. Oh, it's a typo. Yeah, this should have double brackets. I make this mistake so often, so I made it a pre-commit hook, which is pretty cool. But yeah, kind of nifty. You can see they made the same mistake twice in a row. Perfect. But then they fixed it. Yay, it's fixed. But anyway, yeah. So that's what PyPA is doing there. I like how the icon matches here. 10 babbies away. Nice, nice. Nice, congrats. Hey, what's up, Jugmac? Hello, hello. What is the web stuff written in? It's Python, it's Flask, and it's used with, what is it called? A API gateway. I made a mistake. What mistake did I make? Jinja 2? Yeah, unfortunately it's Jinja 2. I want to move off of Jinja 2 at some point, but that's for another day. It works for now. But anyway, that's that. That's the scan. What else do I need to set up for terraform? Oh, curly braces. I see. Yeah. What are the alternatives to Jinja 2? There's a whole bunch of other templating languages. I've actually written one, kind of. This is the one that is faster than all the other Python templating languages, at least in CPython and in PyPy. Called Yelp Cheetah. It's a fork of Cheetah with all of the shit that you don't or shouldn't use removed. There's all sorts of really, really wild stuff in here that I was just like, nah, we can get rid of that. Nobody needs that. And you can also see a graph of the code removal because I have a code debt tracking tool, and the screenshot in the README. This is Yelp Cheetah. Hey, what's up, Simple Coders? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So you can see this is when it had active development. Then it was abandoned. Yelp made one patch to it in 2012, and I've actually told the story about this patch. This patch didn't land until mid-2013 when it brought down the website during a offsite, which was wonderful. With a memory leak, of course, because it's some ugly C code. And then this is when I started working on the project, and you see zoop, all that code deletion. And while removing all this, I also ported to Python 3, added 100% test coverage, and added some features. So like, pretty efficient. But anyway, that's this tool, which is kind of cool. Apparently, it has 4 curse words in the code base too, and 184 Python imports. But yeah, this is a project that I made in 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. This is kind of a neat little tech debt graph thing. It's a huge list, yeah, indeed. That's this tool, which is kind of cool. Yeah. How do you track technical debt? So the way this works is you build matchers over diff lines, and so it will feed lines added and lines removed to your diff checker, and you can do like pattern matching there. So you can see like the one reason that we use this was that like at Yelp we had this code base which had 5 different ORMs in it, 6 ORMs I think at some point. And of course when you have 6 of the same thing, 5 of them are deprecated. And so we wrote some code in Get Code Det that would match particular lines of deprecated things, and then you could graph them every day. I even made I made a little thing where you can click through and find who made the commit and like figure out what pull request to increased or decreased the number of lines of code on for that thing. But it's all based around line counts for those sorts of things. And Like I can actually, I assume it still works, so we can probably just set one up and see how it works. Make dir y virtual VM install git code det. And I don't remember how it works. I think there's a git code det generate function. Why not find generate config? I think it's repo. We're gonna use CPython. Missing config database. db.sqlite. So this will run a generate. I used to have this. Oh, maybe I committed it. It's in the Y directory. It takes a long time. Codet. Oh, there's no way to see the progress. What are you doing right now? Usually you can see git diff in here. Oh, there we go. There was one, so we can see what is this commit. This is in 2001, so we got a long way to go. Let's see, psef grep git diff. Gonna find one. Grep -o ef 0 to 9 40. Head-1 xars git show format equals %cd. Oh. Name only. Anyway, we can kind of see as it goes through the history. It's actually going pretty quickly. It's already up to 2020. Oh no, it's all over the place. I guess it's shuffled because these are in 2000. Anyway, this will eventually generate a graph for us and we'll see something there. Curse word. Does import curses count as one? No, there is actually a list of curse words in that repository though. Hey, what's up, Scale of Justice? Hello, hello. Good to see you. Well, like, Juice redeemed hers and someone else redeemed theirs too. Wait, you re-redeemed Juice? What? Maybe Anthony has to set a 200k goal. It's successful. Oh, you just rejected it and resent it. I see. Abuse of power. Staff is abusing power, chat. Staff is abusing power. JJ24 says, are you using a window manager or do you just place them next to each other? I just place them manually. This command used to be helpful to find the progress, but I guess now that it's an unordered map, it's not actually that helpful. But oh, it's even not consuming that much RAM. You can see, oh, it's done. That was faster than I expected. Git code server. Well, I should have background on that. But anyway, we get a nice, you can look at the total lines of code Python over time. This is CPython. And see, it's very up and to the right. I wonder what happened here. You can kind of zoom in on different things. So what caused all these deletions here? This commit here. Oh, we need to set the links override. How do you set the links override? Fix me, yeah. Generate config. Why is the links not in there? Links. Metric config. Oh, there's a sample config in the directory, if I remember correctly. Metric config.yaml. Here we go. Commit links. There we go. Oh, it even generates the... I should have just looked. I should have just looked. Python/cpython. So if we refresh this now, we should be able to click through to this commit and see what happened here. Remove the Mac modules. Interesting. But anyway, it's kind of a neat little thing here. Total curse words is 39. We can see ones that removed things. Especially the Grail demo was hilarious. Hey, what's up? Piskhyper, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What did it curse about, though? There's 6 curse words in here, apparently. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know what it matches anymore, because it's a whole long list that I'm probably not allowed to show on stream, so we're not going to show it on stream. Oh, this is using like really old Python syntax. I don't know. Oh, unless it's in this script file. Oh, I bet it's in the script file, yeah, for sure. Because it's gonna be Monty Python things. Oh, this is so long, we're not gonna read the whole thing. So, probably somewhere in here there's curse words. Maybe we can find one. A smaller patch that increases the count. These are all old commits. 2011. Here's 2019. This is a small patch. Surely we'll be able to find the curse words in here. Oh, I bet it's balls. I bet it's matching balls here. But anyway. This patch is too big to actually find what it is, but I bet it's, well, it uses the word balls a lot, so maybe it's not balls. I don't know. Let's find... Look at all the ones that increase it and see if we can find one that's a small patch. And then we can find that this thing actually works. Hey, what's up, Miguel? Miguel! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. That patch is too big. Patch is small. That patch is way too big. That patch is huge. That patch is huge. Ginormous patch. This decreased the number of lines of code and somehow introduced curse words, so this one will probably be great. I don't possibly know. It's also possible that it matches things that are, you know, not perfect. Weird. I don't see anything. Huh. This patch is actually bigger than I expected. The net is not that big, but the patch is actually pretty big. But anyway, I've spent markedly too much time on this. I just want to say a bad word, chat. Oh, I bet it's this. It's 100% this. Okay, we found it, chat. We found it. I wonder what it's gonna be in this one. Okay, this is the last one we're gonna look at. Probably also the same. I wonder if it's this. Could be that. The word list is copied from Yelp main at some point, so this is what used to be the review filter at Yelp. But don't know what it's matching here. Anyway, that's none of that. Oh, we actually have curse words based on the file type. So we could see curse words in C. So most of them are in Python. Let's see the ones in C. I said that was gonna be the last one, but this is the only C file. I don't even know. Not much changed in here. It must be some like, you know, like this is considered it. Anyway, that's enough of that. But you'll see, it's kind of cool. It's a neat little toy, and you can kind of get a nice little graph of stuff changing over time. So like that's the Python code in CPython for all time. So it's at 850,000 lines of code. 850 lines of Python. I guess we can see total lines of code. It's 2.2 million. How much is that as C? Wow. More than 500,000 lines of C. That's crazy. There's all sorts of other weird stuff in here as well. Like almost 200,000 lines of header. Got a bunch of JSON. We've even got some JavaScript. But anyway, that's GitCodet. Spent way too much time on that. Oh my god, now I'm so far behind in chat. Hey, what's up, BTCN? Hello, hello. Airton says, I'm going to sleep. Have a nice stream. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around. Piskyber says, how do I scrape all the href links from a page? What tool are you using? Because it's going to be different in like whether you're using Selenium or Beautiful Soup or PyQuery or any of those. Hey, what's up, HK fan? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I work with Python, so HTML and finding classes is somewhat hard. PyQuery is really good at that, so maybe look at PyQuery. So I don't like long variable names, so accumulated shot metric or sum of shot so far. But it was ultimately just the accumulated shot value. That's amazing. That's hilarious. Is there a Babby's amount for a code review? Currently, but if you suggest a count, maybe I could do that. Okay, let's actually work on the thing that I want to work on. UNCI terraform. We need to set up those two lambdas. Okay, close this. Alright, so we have these two lambdas. This one is the simpler one. How do you get triggered though? We want a periodic trigger for one, and we want an SQS trigger for the other one. Dang it, I need to fill up my water again. I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a sec. Hello, I'm back. How's it going? Jake24 says I suggest 25,000 batteries for a code review. Let's do that. Whatever. Insights. Where is it? Channel points. Channel points. Manage rewards. Here we go. Add new customer reward. I tear apart some of your code. No. I review some of your code. And 25,000 of those lit babbies. Ace, a pure link, etc. I don't know, sometimes I review code for free though, but if you want a channel point reward for it, here's a channel point reward for it. On track for a glass of water an hour. It's true, it's true. Hey, what's up, SkiesFX? Hello, hello. Once a week, pick a repository from viewers in chat and review it. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. I do drink about once an hour. That's about the rate that I aim for. Ah, shit. I unplugged my dishwasher and for whatever reason it beeps if you don't click a little button on it. So I forgot to click the button, so it's gonna continue beeping until I fix it. So I gotta go fix the dishwasher. Silly spool machine. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I push it a button. Yeah, so this is a temporary tabletop dishwasher thingamabobber that sits on top of the counter, and I have to plug it in and plug it into the water source in order to wash the dishes. So yeah, that's what's up with that. Whoops. That's not what I want to do. Another GitHub issue that we're going to look at real quickly. And then we'll get back to stuff. Does anyone have any success using a JS hint ignore file to tell JS hint to skip certain directories? Pre-commit will pass all file names that match as positional arguments. My guess is JS hint does not honor the exclusion in the JS hint ignore if the file names appear on the command line. The recommendation is to use pre-commit exclude to limit which files are passed to the tool. It's also possible that JS hint has some option that's like, no, really, I don't want those files. I know Black and a few other tools have gained such options due to exactly what you're running into. Portable dishwasher, yes, that's what it's called. Soon a new playlist on YouTube, Anthony reviews. Maybe. Maybe. I didn't even know they're portable dishwashers. They're amazing. I got one on Amazon. Portable. Let me get the link to the one that I got on Amazon. Which is actually amazing because I didn't have a dishwasher in my house and I wanted a dishwasher because washing dishes is kind of a pain in the butt. Dishwasher. Oh, it looks like it's no longer being sold. Oh, they have a new model of it. Oh, this one's much nicer than mine. This one is stainless. Oh, stainless steel interior. Yeah, this is essentially what mine is. Paste this link in chat. Nice Amazon affiliate link there. This is essentially what mine looks like. This one is a little bit, this is the newer model. But basically, you have a photo of it somewhere. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. It sits on my countertop, and there's a little tube that goes out of the back, and you plug it into your sink. But anyway, it's pretty nice. It's a little babby dishwasher, but it gets the job done. Oh boy, what is going on here? Piscavier says pie game, make a pie game. I gotta finish stuff that is higher on the priority list. Ultrabear says, please feel free to ignore this if it's an annoying issue. I came across your comments on the flake8pieproject.toml discussion. Oh boy, here we go. I was wondering if you could elaborate a bit more on what the correct way to structure a Python project is. The thing is, there's like 4 ways to do it right now, so there really isn't a correct way to do it. I'm not sure the flake8pie project part is super relevant to this. But there are definitely a certain religious sect of people that are overly emphatic about pieproject.toml. I'm kind of sick of it. But I don't know. There's various opinions about them. I think there's a couple of good patterns that are useful. Like, you know, PyProject is definitely a useful pattern. The source layout is definitely a useful pattern. Declarative metadata is a useful pattern, etc., etc. I have not seen benefits from PyProject.toml. I've actually only seen negatives so far. Notably, it makes my build slower, and editable installs don't really work. So I have not moved to PyProject.toml for those reasons. But if they somehow fix the performance problem and, you know, have a spec for editable stuff, then I might move to PyProject at some point. But actually, we showed this May earlier, which sums up my thoughts on this. But anyway. Dominic Coding says, I'd have thought it was an option since you might want to run it on source/star.js and still honor the ignores. Yeah, it might, DomDF Coding, but most tools don't. I've seen this problem from like 6 different tools now. So, Alexa says, I see what you're trying here, Anthony, and it's not going to work. Which thing, Alexa? This thing? It's not gonna work? Or working on Terraform? Or you mean me sending Amazon links into chat and trying to get affiliate money out of it? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. M2dev.net says, how do you get the short Amazon links so quick? They're always a pain in the ass for me to find. How do I do this without doxing myself? Let me see. Well, you already know my area code. Is there anything? Does this show my address? There's so much text on this page, I'm not even really sure. I guess I can show you the top of the page without giving it away. So if you're an Amazon affiliate, you're gonna get a little bar like this up at the top. And if you click on this button, you can generate an Amazon link from that. But that's how I do it. Sits on the countertop. Yeah, I mean, it sits on the countertop. Use PyProject.toml, the brand new fancy stuff. Yeah. Alexa says you missed my... Oh, about channel points. Wait, what? Code review for 25k. I see what you're trying. It's not. Oh, you think that I'm trying to get you to spend points instead of the 12-hour stream? Yeah, that's fair. 8% tag equals Anthony Wrights -20. Didn't think about the doxing. Yeah, I mean it shows my. Sometimes Amazon shows your address, so I wanted to make sure that didn't show up, but it looks like it didn't. So hopefully we're fine. Hopefully you don't send me a bunch of stuff. But anyway. Anywhoozers. Oh, did I get a spam YouTube comment? Oh no! Did I leave my keyboard on in the last video? I think I left my keyboard on in the last video. I think I did. Dang it. Is my keyboard visible in this video? Dang, you did. Shoot! Dang it. Oh, I got a lot of spam today. We got a lot of normal comments, though. We also got a lot of spam. Comments. Oh, not all those comments show up here, but this is a spammer. Actually, probably shouldn't show her profile photo on Twitch now that I think about it, because someone could report me. Even though I think she's fully clothed in that photo, I'm not 100% certain though. We mark that as spam. And see, in the anagram checker, should probably strip the incoming tags. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, probably, though. It could also be explained away in the problem itself. Shucks. I'm new here. Why do you have an inside of your keyboard? Oops, I forgot to turn it off while recording. Usually it is on for my Twitch streams because people enjoy watching it. Ooh, yeah, that would be an interesting video. I'll add it to the list. Bang. And we should add it to the list. Sorry, a little bit off topic. Oh, it took us straight to the edit page. That's exactly the page that I wanted. Oh, we should just done video idea. Q, keep Q, deck. Oh, that's not the right button. There we go. Boop. Anyway, so everybody says what photo? Oh, I can't show it. It's the title in it's the user profile photo for YouTube spam bots, which happens a lot because they're not great about that. But anyway, cool. I didn't see anything or pretend to. What photo? I see you guys. You guys are intentionally playing done. Perfect. Watch Older says, oh, by the way, after we talked about requests versus URL the other day, I looked up the author of requests and the story behind that. Yikes! And then had a look at URL. It gets a bit verbose when you have to use HTTP basic auth. Yeah, that's true. But yeah. Skies Effect says, why do you record the plushies behind you when you record for YouTube? Because they're a treat for you guys. Also from consistency from before when I had plushies, so. He secretly hates the plushies. Oh, that's not true. That's definitely not true. Also, I think based on this, you can trigger arbitrary code execution. So I think there might be a bug in this, which would maybe qualify as a security bug, although this is a trusted piece of data, so you would have to take this from an untrusted source. But format strings in general are not safe because you can do like dot bases 0 dot subclasses or something like that. After the stream ends, he lies down on the bed and punches the plushies and he calls them fat. That's not true. Lambda update install to lambda auto updater periodic. Update install with auto updater periodic. Yes, yes, yes. And then we're actually going to delete this. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. And this is actually going to be auto update periodic dot lambda. Oh, can I name a function lambda? Can I name a module lambda? Because I think that's a syntax error, right? Import lambda. Import lambda. Is this going to give me a syntax error or is it going to give me an import error? Syntax error. Okay, so I should probably not call this module lambda. Actually, what did this say before? Oh, I do have a module called lambda. Huh. I guess this is not importable. Maybe that's a good thing. Sure, fuck it. We'll call it lambda.lambda handler. I wonder if import t.lambda.bar. Oh, t.p. Okay, that is syntax error as well. Anyway, I guess we'll do this. It's not a huge deal. No kink shaming, says Lup Lup. Oh no. Valatha says, you are a liar! Call it lambda underscore. Childerbear says, any religious or not thoughts on poetry? I think poetry's decent. I don't use it myself because I, again, don't think it's necessary, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we need to figure out our times here. Our timeout specifically. We also need to throttle this. Oh, actually, this is one job. So this is the starter job. So this can be whatever. Whatever timeout. I don't really particularly care. This is 10-minute timeout. So why is the other lambda set to 10 minutes? That seems excessive. No, it's 10 minutes. That's amazing. What is this one set to? It should be 30 seconds. Okay. Lambda auto updater periodic. I think this is fine. We do need to figure out how this gets invoked, so I'm not going to configure that for now. Oh, this is name wrong. Auto updater periodic. And Python 3.8. That's good. Lambda auto updater .tf. This one is going to be auto update. Oh, this is spelled wrong. Auto updater. Okay, and this timeout we have to make much smaller. I think this is going to be 1 minute. And they said 6 times as much. So 1 minute there and SQS auto update. They said at least 6 times as much here. 6x as much as the lambda timeout. We'll set this to 7 minutes. Skyzerek says, I'm in French. Be careful what you guys say. I say, no buttons on button. We've got work to do. It's right, El Papa Pig. That's right. I'm surprised that they sell you in the dock 6 times as much. Okay. let's run this, see what happens. So we should do TF plan. I actually think I probably have a syntax error somewhere, so we'll see what this does. You'll see what it does. Big old plan. Looks like the plan succeeded though, so I guess we can start applying this and see what happens. Where am I typing? Oh no, where did I type get status? Add roles, queue, and lambdas for autoupdater. I like how it rewrote backend.tf even though this one's not checked in. That's because Terraform's formatter is a little bit weird. Oh, it doesn't like the 2 spaces before comments. It auto rewrote that. I see. I see. So this should not actually trigger the lambda at all. We'll have to put code for that. But let me show you the new workflow that I have for Terraform now that I am using Terraform hosted. Terraform Cloud, that's what it's called. There are only 2 hard problems in computer science: naming things and cache validations and off by 1 errors. Yes, indeed. Hey. Well, I'll create the pull request and then we'll read through this, make sure it looks alright. Files changed. We're gonna not do... We're gonna do unified for now because it's gonna be a little bit easier to read since it's mostly just additions. We have a new scan permission. We have the lambda auto updater, which has the right role. Updater periodic also has the right role. This is this role. Talk about mildly unsatisfying. It'd be really nice if these 2 lined up, right? But they don't. Okay, and so this is the auto updater, which should have access to secrets and retrieving from the queue. Secrets and... Oh, what is FKV store? Oh, right, we have a whole nother table. Yeah, we have a whole nother table. Auto update repos.tf. I think that's what it's called. Auto update repos. Yeah. So we need to make another dynamo table. Good thing we're checking, right? Canvas.tf. Yeah, that's a simple enough table, right? Oh boy. Resource AWS DynamoDB table. Auto update repos. So I can set the write capacity on this really small. Tab size 2. Because it's very infrequently written, but more frequently read. Theme equals auto update repos. Billing mode equals provisions. Read capacity equals... Let's set it to 2. It's actually not going to be read that often either. Write capacity equals 2. Hash key equals... What did I give the key? I think it's repo. Repo attribute name equals repo type equals capital S. Oh, we have a TTL as well. Attribute name equals TTL enabled equals true. Realistically, if I had access to an easier, cheap cache, I would probably use an actual cache instead of Dynamo. But this probably will work. I might even be able to get rid of the DynamoDB table and just do it entirely in memory caching. I'll have to do some tests to see what that looks like. Okay, let me get one of these. Except instead of amps, it's auto-update repos. And we only need get item and put item. So those are the only things that I use. In here. KB store dot we put item and get item. Yeah. And we need to give this role. Yeah, make that accessible. And role lambda autoupdater. Autoupdater. Auto-update repos read write. And autoupdater. We need update repos read write. Let's see if the plan works again. Indices started at 1, there would be no off by ones. Indices do start at 1 in Lua, that's true. And in R. Mildly infuriating, yeah. Watchel Bear says, have a good night. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around. Oh, you have a typo here. DynamoDB. Oops. Caps lock. Cruise control for cool. Oh my goodness. Turn off. DynamoDB update repos. Control efficient. Oh, looks like Fooster TV has told me about that as well. Thank you for pointing that out. Sorry I didn't get your message for that. Night Shader says, is it complex enough? What happened to C programs? What? I'm confused. I haven't heard caps lock as cruise control for cool for years. Well, welcome to an Anthony Writes Code stream where we talk about cruise control for cool. Okay, the plan succeeded. That's cool. We will amend that in. Whatever, the pre-commit cooks will fix it. Okay, auto fixed, love it. Git push origin head dash F. Good old force push there. And I think I'm only going to apply this to development for now because the feature's not done yet. What have a notification? Oh, code examples for episode 3. Intel has been helpfully going through all of my YouTube episodes and adding the code samples to GitHub, so you can read those as well on here. Looks like I did a lot of interactive on this one. Oh, this was the string partition one? Yeah, the string partition one. And then I had some examples. Cool, looks good. I need to add linting to this repository. There's currently no linting. But yeah, anyway. Hey, what's up, Brain Jam? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, I missed Dev Hero 23 half an hour ago. Thank you as well for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Merge, confirm. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. Delete that email. And get there. All right, dope. Sorry for the yawn there. Okay, let's read through this again now that we found one of our bugs. Got a DynamoDB table. Just wrote that, so I'm sure it's fine. 60 seconds for this timeout, 600 for this one. Seems fine. We're gonna be doing a big scan here, so it doesn't have pre-commit.ci yet. There's two problems with that, the other server. One is it's private repo, so I don't have a pro version yet. I will set up a pro version at some point. Oh, you're talking about the explains repo. Yeah, I could set pre-commit.ci up there. I don't even have pre-commit set up there yet. Because originally it was just supposed to be an auto-generated piece of Markdown, and then now we have other stuff there, so yeah. I'll fix it at some point. So everybody says, if only there was a tool that could lend and format code, maybe even before you commit. Yeah, of course. I mean, I am going to set up pre-commit on it at some point. I thought you were talking about the terraform repo. The terraform repo, I need pre-commit.ci pro in order to lint that. Also, it has another problem in that terraform is, I assume it's globally installed in my pre-commit config, which means pre-commit.ci won't actually be able to run it. Because terraform is not installed in the dev container. So I'm probably going to make a way to install terraform so that it can actually be used in pre-commit.ci, because that seems kind of important. But anywhooser. Okay, so this has secrets, it has the queue receive, and it has the cache read write. That's actually a Dynamo table. This is periodic, which just needs access to... Oh wait, did I put the... Yeah, we got the log lines there too. This needs access to what? It needs access to scan the installs table and put into the queue. That looks good. And then we have our queue, which has... Oh, this is a dead letter. It's fine. Oh, this is wrong. That's wrong. Uh-huh. What is receive wait time seconds? Receive wait time seconds SQS. The time for which a receive message call will wait for a message to arrive, long polling. Oh, this is for long polling. Yeah, okay. So that's the right value. Good old copy paste. Indeed, the endless river. We goofed a little bit there. Okay, but anyway, this should automatically run plans for me. So you should see these running here. I am not going to read through the plans because it's mostly just adding stuff. I am going to run it in development. I'm not going to run it in prod until we're done with this because I don't need to set up resources that I might, you know, destroy real quickly. But yeah, just waiting on this to run. And then we'll merge it. Hopefully get that going. $20 to add. That sounds about right. Ship it. Alright, did you go green yet? Are you done? So what is this random character here? There's totally no bugs here. No problems there. Why did the dev one succeed already, but the prod one is not done yet? Oh, probably because it's queued? Oh no, it's basically done here too. Okay, looks good. Now we'll merge this. event. We go here. Be able to go to the dev run, and then we'll be able to actually do the apply. And then we'll be able to start playing with this. Put the code in place, and I want to show that later. So that tab. We'll have to worry about event sources later as well. What happens if you use Python's use host.access file? That's how pre-commit determines if the file is executable or not. Skysofx says git commit -mn -no edit just adds the current changes to the previous commit. Yep, indeed. Hey, what's up, Kamiko? Hello, hello. Actually, I have a video about this. What was it called though? Three ways to edit git commits. There we go. Check out that video. Also this one, which is related but different. Similar idea. But before you learn either of those, you probably want to watch this video, which helps you unfuck stuff if you make a mistake doing either of these two workflows. Which is the video about the reflog, whereas I used to think it was pronounced reflog. I still need to do that silly YouTube series where I just intentionally pronounce things incorrectly. I haven't done that yet though. Easy, shill all the videos, pre-rect videos. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. You gotta watch them all. Kind of the cool thing is as I make more content, more people are watching the older videos too. So in a way, like one thing that YouTubers struggle a lot with is when they produce new content, their content is only like temporarily relevant, but most of the content that I produce is like, you know, you could go back and watch an old video and it's still going to be useful. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, I'm creating some amount of passive income. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Whereas like stream content is kind of stuff that you would probably only want to watch in a moment. Anyway, this looks good. So we're going to click apply. This is the dev workspace. So we're making sure we're applying for dev. Confirm. That should set up a bunch of stuff. Or it'll error because, you know, it'll probably error because we probably made a mistake somewhere. Surely. SkysFX says, it's good that you're making short videos about specific topics. Much easier to get back to it than if it were a 2-hour-long boring video. Yeah, I try and make them, you know, digestible. But yeah. Apply finished. Cool. So if we go to AWS now, I think that's gonna be the product account, so we're gonna have to log out and log back in. Sign in. Yeah, it's the product account, so we're gonna sign out. And then sign in. Next. I got my password. My password manager. Paste, copy, sign in. So we should have sample jobs now. We shouldn't be able to run them though because I haven't played them. 8, 6, 4, 7. The front end looks nice and clean. Yeah, it's been getting better. That's for sure. Should be able to go to lambda. We should see more lambdas here now. Cool, so now we have updater periodic and autoupdater. Code is not uploaded yet because we have not done that yet, so we have to make the little build and deploy stuff for this, but that shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Autoupdater periodic. Script slash make lambda. We're gonna copy that into scripts. We have to make some adjustments here. Oh, where did my Streamlabs go? Hey geek! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Stream files. We get rid of libyaml. I guess that makes sense because I forgot that we did that, but I guess that makes sense. We don't need to do this here. We do need to do autoupdater periodic. Okay. Harry, you must give at least one requirement to install. Oh, I guess we only have Photo 3 as a dependency here. If deps else status no dependencies to install. And we don't have this trim files. Trim ders. Oh yeah, that makes sense. We have no trim ders either. This is a much simpler lambda. Tree. These are all the things that end up in there, which makes sense. We need to actually write out our lambda file though, so we haven't done that yet. Oh, the Terraform one, the AWS is hell of chaos. Yeah. Yeah, Terraform Cloud is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Auto update periodic slash lambda.py. So we're gonna have something similar to this. This forces it to be AWS. Auto updater periodic worker import something. Import main. Main. We apparently don't care about either the context or the event here, which is great. We're also not going to be using pubsub here. We're going to be using SQS. So I gotta figure out the SQS stuff here. Dang it. That's fine. This looks fine. Okay. So this needs to not be pubsub. This needs to be Q. Gotta copy the local one as well. This will eventually be facilitated by packages, but for now I'm just copy and pasting code around. I don't really particularly care about the copy paste overhead. But I will at some point be packaging things. Queuing stuff here. We don't need pub sub. We don't need set visibility time. I actually don't think we need... Oh, this is only one side of it, so we only need in queue here. We don't need the other part of this. Yeah. Alexa says, if you had to eyeball it, which EC2 instance would you pick to handle a few thousand WebSocket connections in Node? A few thousand at once or a few thousand total? Because having 1,000 connections open is a lot. Count the viewers at once. You mean like for Twitch? I would probably not have it on one instance at that point. I'd probably split it up. A few thousand connections is quite a few. I think you could probably pull it off on, you know, some C5 8XLs. But I don't know. Sounds like something that you would split, because it's not going to scale to hundreds of thousands of users. You'd probably, you know, have a small service that handles a small number of users and use some sort of load balancing. Vika says 42442 channel points, something something hitchhikers and galaxies. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, so we just need the enqueue here. Impl star slash queuing dot py. Action remove long pull. Just need enqueue here. Which makes it a little bit simpler. Oh, I forgot to put the little mapping here. Protocol is not defined. My face has no attribute pub sub. Queuing and queue. We need the queue ID, we need the group ID, which I think we can just give it a random number, or we can use some deterministic number. And then we need the blob. So we need to do queuing.enqueue, autoupdate dot FIFO. That's the name of our queue. We need our group ID, and we need our event. I think our group ID can be group ID equals. We could just dev you random here, probably. Yeah, I think we actually want to. What do I want to do here? yeah, we can just we also, this runs the full thing to completion, so we can actually just use an incrementing integer here as well. I just need some unique value, probably. But for now, we'll do this. Install id dot install dot install or repo dot repo id. This should be a unique value. I go to pub/sub. My pet's happy. Oh, and now I'm far behind on chat. You're gonna go and use a T2 Nano. I see. The instance tier itself has no impact on the number of connections you make or have open. It does in some cases, vCarrick, because certain instance tiers have certain networking cards and do different stuff based on that. Also, you're going to need some amount of system resources per connection, and so your memory and CPU constraints are going to be a problem there as well. Hey, what's up, Leonard SH? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. And Unfailing Cash, good to see you again. Hello, hello. The other service says, might be a dumb question, but what exactly does the queue do in pre-commit.ci? What is FIFO and LIFO? vCarrick has answered the second part of the question. There are two queues in pre-commit.ci. One of them is the actual CI queue itself. So when people, open pull requests or merge stuff or whatever, create stuff. See if these are new enough to have pre-commit.ci as the output. Like when you open a pull request, it's going to say, go run a CI job here. This one's too old to have it. So there's one queue for that. And then the queue that I'm working with today is a work queue for auto-updating stuff. I'm only using first in, first out for, well, actually I'm using it kind of for two reasons. One, it'll batch all of one user's pull requests at once. But also FIFO has more guarantees about duplicates, so that's what I'm using. That's why I'm using that. I don't actually have a good way to check whether I've done duplicate work or not, so sometimes it might accidentally force push or something. Yeah. It does not and should not be reported. The AST doesn't give you any insight into how names will be found at runtime. PyFlakes has some code here to determine that. The patch to fix this issue is probably pretty simple. Nobody has stepped up to attempt it. Scopes, etc. Okay, so now we've written a little bit more code here. What do we got? We changed from pub/sub to queue. We imported the queue code. Oh, do I have this in here? see. No module name pre-commit.ci. Of course we don't. Pre-commit.ci. Autoupdater periodic. This would be one place where relative imports would actually be beneficial. Why did you yield no results? Oh, because it put him in a queue. Right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that's working. Switch from SNS to SQS. We got a lot of problems here. Let's see what we need to fix manually here. Need annotation for trim file and trim dir. Interesting. We can actually annotate this instead, which will be easier. Tuple stir dot dot dot. I should probably make this like configurable instead of doing it this way. It's kind of a little bit strange. We actually import tuple as well. But yeah, I'll probably make like a whole set of deploy tooling and reuse that somewhere. Because right now I'm just copying, pasting, and adjusting the script, which is not great. Hey, what's up, Kwahutlim? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. The server says, when I have to call to a remote API, I only want to have 10 processes doing that at a time. Could I enqueue those calls if there are more than 10 at once? Yeah, that would be one way to do it. Or you could use like if it's one unit, like you could use a process pool to limit it to a particular size, and then have a multi-processing queue to do that. But if you're doing like a distributed system, yeah, you would use a queue to kind of enforce that. I guess it wouldn't enforce it, but it would help you stay within your bounds. Hey, what's up, Ryo Seba? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's try this again. Why you mad? Why you be mad? QA optional and tuple are not needed. Time UUID optional and tuple are not needed. Hey, what's up, Stunyal? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Outdated version. How's it going? Welcome back, friend. Switch from SNS to SQS. Okay. This is much faster when it doesn't have to do dependencies. Unzip-l out.zip. Okay. Oh, we do have account info in there already. Cool. Cool. Manny Rain says, I used the Freestyle 2. Any recognizable differences between that and the Pro you have? I don't know. I've never used the Freestyle 2. I have tried the real fancy one. I didn't like it. I think the main difference between the Freestyle 2 and the Pro is the macro keys, but I don't actually recall. Oh, just watching some pipelines run at work. Nice, nice. Working against the plumber, yeah. That's good. So I do need to make this zip file deterministic. Right now it's not. So you can see like these are not in order. Actually, maybe these are in order. Yeah, these are in order. Maybe it's my tar files that are not deterministic. But that's something I need to handle some other day. Anyway, this looks good. Let's upload this. You just EC2. No. You just slammed update function code, function name, autoupdater periodic, zip file b, .zip. Okay, that uploaded that code. So I'm not quite sure how to do this though. Freestyle 2 has mushy keys. This has mushy keys too. Because I have reds. I wanted browns. I should have asked for browns, but no, my bad. Hey, what's up, Finate? Hello, hello. Okay, we uploaded that code. What does that actually get us? I guess we can run it and look at what got queued. Let's see. Autoupdater periodic. So we should actually be able to see the code here because it doesn't have any dependencies, so it's kind of small. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna crash immediately because I have not implemented scan. Impl AWS KV store. You can see plus paginate. I even left myself a note there. Oh, implementing scan. I am at my 3-hour mark, so I gotta go fill up my water again, and then I'm gonna try and implement scan. So I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, I'm back. Hello. Jolly says, got browns on my self-made keyboard for the office. Now I'm working from home for months and regret that I haven't built it with blues. I find blues that are annoying even if they're on my own keyboard. But yeah. Anyway, let's implement scan. I'm gonna implement it on a table that I know has a lot of data in dev, and then we'll play with that way. Which I believe is the runs table. We're gonna hope that runs requires us to paginate. We'll see what we get though. I guess we can just try it interactively first off. Photo 3. Resource.table runs. Resource equals photo3.resource. DynamoDB. Runs equals this. Res count. No, I deleted all the data. Okay, so we gotta generate a bunch of runs. That's not hard though. What am I doing? There we go. Pre-commit.ci and ci.web.app. I should have hosts running, so this should be fine. Then we need to go to GitHub. And we just need to generate a bunch of runs. The easiest way to do that is what I was doing here, which is just, this will actually generate 2 runs at a time to send if I do that patch. Oh, I can actually just click the button in the developer panel. But these are going to be running on remote machines, hopefully, assuming these have worked right. Yeah, it's hit the queue, so it's actually running. The first run's going to be slow because it has to pull the image because I haven't pre-pulled anything there. Guys have access. Stupid question. Do you know why Flygate doesn't have a score option like Pylint? Because Pylint's score option is obnoxious. It's arbitrary and it's mostly just mean. Yeah, the image pull takes a long time. We might actually be able to see a bug that I've been trying to reproduce here. There's some bug that happens with image pull. But I see it so infrequently. I've only run into it once, and as soon as I SH to the box to see what was wrong with it, it was already fixed. Okay, failure. That's good. Should have pushed again. Yeah, you can see we failed and we pushed, and most of this was spent in image pull. This is getting dangerously close to my timeout. My timeout is 60 seconds, so I need to bump up the timeout there. That's probably what the problem was. There's probably some race with Control C while pulling. Why are you fail? Why are you not green? GitHub. What? GitHub, why are you confused? Okay, it's fine. Everything is okay. Okay, so I need to go to this tab, which used to show credentials. I don't know if I'm in a experiment bucket, so I don't trust that it's not going to show. Yeah, they've gone back to showing creds again. God damn it. Oh well. But yeah, we can go here, and then I can just redeliver this over and over and over. This is the synchronize event. You can just click redeliver a bunch of times, which will generate a bunch of runs. And we have broken GitHub! Yay! There we go. Redeliver, yes. You can see that we're getting an event each time here. I basically just want to run pre-commit.ci a bunch of times to generate a bunch of outputs here. Now I should actually be able to do runs.scan. Yeah, but we're currently scanning everything though. I guess I could see. There's probably a limit. 3 photo scan. DynamoDB scan. Oh. resource API, not that one. Oh, wait, what is that paginate? Does that do this for us? Paginator.scan. Yo, this is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want. Holy shit. That's cool that they've built one for us, so we don't need to do it. Parameters table name. Oh, I wonder if the resource API has a paginator. Oh, why don't you have a paginator? DynamoDB resource API paginator. Paginators. I don't want to write manual pagination code. GPrat says, I didn't find the paginator till a few months in and had to happily rewrite some code. Yeah. Joller says, fun fact, Pilot score can go negative. I once looked at the code from a colleague and thought, that's horrible, let's try Pilot on it. Yeah, Pilot is usually a negative score. This is how they implement it using the resource API. I wonder if that's what the paginator does. Probably just does that. The code, probably. What was it called? Paginator.scan. That should have matched here. It's probably one of their generated classes. Oh, why am I using git grep? Class scan. Yeah, the reason that I don't want to use the client API is you get back responses that look like garbage. I mean, it's possible that they are not garbage. 3.client DynamoDB client.get get paginator scan. Scanner table name equals runs. use this thing. Paginate. Page iterator. So we can do list resp1. Yeah, this is the ugly format. How do I unugly it? Yeah, because this is the wacky Dynamo format. This is how it actually looks in the database. But I want that, you know, this to be a string, not a dictionary with the key s and the value this. Better3 convert mapping with type to Python objects. Type deserializer. Items equals this, items 0. What's going on here? This is not what I want? That's the paginator. Where is the deserializer? Oh, it's in this window. Oh, you have to use it on individual values? Gross. That's not nice. I don't like that. Oh my goodness. This is kind of crazy how this works. Huh. They're building classes dynamically. It's really obnoxious that they don't have a resource API for paginators. But we can look at how paginator works, probably. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's just yielding through each item. So we're just gonna write a loop for this. We still need to generate more of these events though. We don't have enough to Oh wait, we were gonna see if we could cut it off. That's when I got distracted. Let's trigger a few more, just for the lulz of it. Okay. Oh, I closed this. Yeah, that's all other runs. Where's the... No, not that. Not that either. Enable that scan, here we go. Limit, so we probably set limit. First segment? Yeah, I think if we do .limit, our limit, we can simulate a partial scan. Cool. And then we can do res2 equals ones.scan, limit equals 5, and what is the other value you need here? Exclusive start key, I believe it is. Exclusive start key equals res1 last evaluated key. And then len res1 items plus len res2 items is 9. Okay, that's the total result set. I think that's how we do this. Hey, what's up, Bloxer TV? Who says, nice keyboard. Yeah, if you want to learn more about the keyboard, there's a keyboard command. Last evaluated key is empty, then the last page has been processed and there's no more data to be retrieved. Okay, so you select until you get a non-empty last evaluated key. So I think we can do... hey, what's up, Bloxer TV? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Ret equals this. Response equals resource.scan. So the initial response, ret.extend. Response items while response. What happens? Oh, it's just not going to have last evaluated key. While response.get last evaluated key. Response equals resource.scan. Exclusive start key equals response last evaluated key. get.extend resp items. So yeah, we don't have a paginator for this. Sadly, the paginator uses the ugly data format, so we implement our own. That's not so bad though. I think that's somewhat right. I made my Twitch name 5 years ago, so don't touch that. Yeah, no big deal. You can change your Twitch name by the way. By the name. Python-im pre-commit.ci.impl.alias.kv store. So if we do a scan of runs, unbound local error resource, this should be scan runs at 9. Cool. Cool. This doesn't actually need to be in here though. This needs to be in the other updater periodic. Scan. Okay. Luxer says, how many years of Python experience do you have? I think some of the first Python I wrote was around 2012. It's about 8 years. My first Python was not very good though, but that's fine. But yeah, somewhere around 8 years. So a long while. Implement table scan. Polymath Man says all of them. Sure has an attribute scan. Alright. Should be table name. I can do this though. Table resource.scan. Okay, make lambda put function code. Oh, it's a good thing that I typoed that, because this is actually the wrong lambda. Autoupdater periodic. This is why I need to have some way to configure this. Because right now it's too easy to mess this up. Okay, but that should have updated that code. We look here. I guess just to refresh this page. We should see that impl alias kv store as this. Okay, cool. In theory, I should be able to trigger this job manually. Here's the test. Here we go. Event name, wat. No data. Create new test event. Great. Did that run? View logs and CloudWatch. The log group does not exist. Did it run or not? I guess we can look in SQS. Should have enqueued items into here and it did not. My guess is that didn't actually trigger a run. Gotta give them logs permission? Yeah, they have logs permission. Execution failed. Are you fucking me? This is pretty nice though. I like this. That's good output. Okay, so Dynamo gives us back these ugly decimal types when we really want them to be integers, so we gotta convert some stuff. Dynamo gives us these as decimals. Sure. Convert DynamoDB decimals to ints. And make lambda, and then update function code. That's good. Then we should be able to run another test now. Refresh this, make sure that it's been updated. Yeah, we intify those. And then test. Success! Logs! Null! Returned null! No output. We should see some stuff in SQS though. Refresh. Hey, one message is available. Let's actually enqueue this value just because, or dequeue this value. I wonder how long the dedupe works on SQS. FO SQS duplication. Messages sent with identical content but different message attributes will be treated. Messages sent with identical message values that SQS must treat as unique. Oh, so I don't think I send any of these at all. I wonder if I have content-based deduplication enabled. I probably don't want it here. Edit. When content-based dedupe is enabled, the message deduplication ID is optional. I wonder what happens if I remove a value from here and then try and trigger it again. Yeah, let's try that and see what happens. Simple.abs.mymusic has stopped. QUE. Long pull. What was the queue named? Autoupdate.FIFO, and then timeout equals 2. So we should be getting an item back. That's good. That's our message receipt. So we should be able to say, I think it's marked completed. so. We should see user items here. Cool. Now the question is, if I re-trigger the Lambda, does it dedupe against items that have been deleted? I'd hope that it doesn't, but we'll find out. Ran that again, we should see... Oh, I don't see item here. Do we disable content-based deduplication? Doesn't actually do anything here. Are accepted successfully but aren't delivered during a 5-minute dedupe period. Okay, cool. That's fine. If it's 5 minutes, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so I think this half of the Lambda is done. The queuer part. Hey, what's up, Bontus? Hello, hello. Sorry I missed your message. I'm 5 minutes behind on chat, but no one is talking. Whoops. Okay, so this half is working. We need to... Oops. We need to make this half work now. What was I doing here? Oh, this is the code from last time. Get commit-m. Create PRs successfully. This is work we did last stream, not this stream. Not depend on import side effects. All good? Cool. Okay, so we need the same Lambda building code as the other one. Scripts. Phone. We need to make the same thing on the last one. Still pretty chunky. I guess it's from cryptography. But at least we don't have all the same depths as last time. So that one's fine. But we need to make our actual Lambda entry point. And this one is going to be more complicated. This one is going to be more complicated. It's going to be similar to this one here. So it's not that much more complicated, but slightly so. Except instead of records, we're going to get something else. Autoupdater.worker import process message. think that's the same call here. Message is a stir though. All sleep and Anthony is still going. It's true, it's true. We're not even to 4 hours yet. We're good. Okay, we loop over records. It's not gonna be SNS, it's gonna be SQS. SQS lambda sample event. We do have records. Looks like it's gonna be records, and then it's gonna be a list, and inside the list we need receipt. If your function successfully processes the batch, Lambda deletes the message from the queue. So we don't need to do queue deletion at all, it sounds like. Do they have sample code? I'd like to see sample code. Sample code. Look at how ugly this code is. It's very clear that whoever wrote this does not write Python. Like, look at this. Space? Python 2? No space around the equals? Stir on something that's already a stir? What are they doing? There's so much wrong with this. But it looks like we don't actually need to handle the event explicitly. The problem becomes, like, what if you handle one event successfully, but not all of them? I guess we can just make so we only handle one at a time. But... yeah, body. Record body. That might just work. Might just work. So let's see. We can trigger a sample event and see if that works, and then we'll actually hook it up with terraform. Maybe. So this will go to autoupdater. And then we'll trigger a sample event here, I guess. Actions, autoupdater, test. You. Only letters and numbers. SQS1. And records. And then we need to have one with a body. Oh my goodness, why do you suck so much? Take this guy. Okay, this will be our sample event here. And let's try that. Hey, what's up, Binary? Hello, hello. Jason dumps. Yeah, it's a funny function. When I created the event, did that trigger it? Let's actually make sure we don't have a pull request there. 2/demo2. We do have a pull request. Up in 3 hours ago. Did this get force pushed just now? No. We're gonna close this and see if the Lambda creates this. Hey, what's up, Jonathan Justin? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Failed. Unable to import module. Yeah. Little typo. Probably could have cut that with MyPy. Oh, we fixed it already, so. Let's refresh, make sure we have the updated code. Oh, it's too large to look at the code. Oh well. I need to figure out layers at some point and do layers. Test again. Failure. HTTP error. HTTP error? That means that this... It's weird. It's really weird. That would mean this should fail. Okay, it does. ID. Oh, I know why you fail. Because this repo, I unconfigured it. Right? Yeah, well I was trying to get stuff to re-trigger. So now I'm confident that this will work. This time, surely. Test. File not found. Oh no! Oh, that throws a big wrench into this. We don't have Git. We don't have Git. We don't have Git. Don't have Git. Oh no! We have two options. One is to use Git in Python, which there's API bindings for Git, which might not be terrible. The other option is we bundle Git in our Lambda. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't have Git on the Lambda image. I'm kind of surprised, right? A little bit. Gprat says layers aren't too bad, but you do a lot of custom things that are way more advanced than me in module breakdowns. Yeah. Yeah. Those images are slim as can be, not surprised. That's quite the wrench, yeah. Okay. Maybe if we, I bet if we Google, let's see, install Git in Lambda. I bet somebody already has a solution to this. Install the Git layer. I don't necessarily want to install some random person's layer though. I bet I could make my own layer. It's either really hard or totally impossible. I'm gonna press X to doubt right there. Clearly not impossible. We can write arbitrary code. Of course you can use lambda, get in lambda. A get binary installed through PyPI for AWS Lambda. What the fuck? Yeah, that seems kind of interesting. Shall we look into a Lambda layer? Could test with a third-party layer and then create your own. I don't trust the third-party layer, and I have credentials that I'm sending to get, so I don't really want to just use that as a layer. But this is a potential to make an open source project that's a little bit, you know, maybe someone else will use it. Kind of doubt it. Let's see, get lambda layer GitHub. I guess we could find someone else that's done this. Layer for AWS Lambda that allows your function to use get and SSH binaries. Like this one, I kind of trust this because I've seen this before. Those are images. Lambda 1. Install it with Yum. Seems not terrible. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. 13 megabytes? Why did they check in the layer? Amazon Red Hat, I thought Amazon Images are Debian. No, Amazon Linux is based on RHEL. It doesn't actually matter though, as long as they're reasonably compiled. Click on layers, click add a layer, provide a layer ARN, and enter this ARN. Replace US East 1 with the region of your Lambda. Version ARNs for Amazon Linux 2 runtimes. Okay, I guess we'll try this. Senator file system? No, that's for connected file systems. Where's the add layer thing? Designer, layers, here we go. Layers, add a layer. Let's specify an ARN. Okay, let's test it, see what happens. I expect it to take a while, so that's fine. Yeah, right, JB Pratt? He did. What does the logs look like? It should have printed some stuff. Oh, it's printed down here, cool. Processing demo 2, fetch head, do pull request. Updated contents. Wow, it only used 100 megs of RAM max. That's kind of surprising. But in theory, if we go over here, we should see a pull request that was just created by the Lambda. Huzzah! But I guess the question becomes like, I don't know, I don't really trust their Lambda layer all that much. Yeah, I am still streaming, Juice. Are you going to stream? What time are you going to stream, Juice? You're supposed to be streaming today, right? Right. Cool, and I did the update properly here. So that's cool. I think it works. The problem is hooking it all up and hooking up that layer. But what time are you gonna stream, Juice? Are you gonna start right now? Because I can raid you if you start right now. I want to, but I'm having tummy troubles again. Oh no. Who's the Gin Box hero? Did I say Gin Box hero? Not right now? Okay. Well then. But anyway, this is kind of working. I need to figure out the lambda layer stuff. I need to figure out how I want to do this. I'll probably compile my own get binary and stick it in there. Stick in a layer, create my own layer, and do it that way. Just so I'm not depending on external stuff. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm excited that it works. I'll need to add my sleep that I didn't do yet, and I'll have to figure out the trigger configuration. But this pull request was created by Lambda, which is dope. But anyway, let me do my little spiel, and then we'll send you guys off to another channel. My name is Anthony. I have a YouTube channel where I upload previous streams as well as, educational content. So you can check out these videos here. That's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode. So make sure you subscribe there. Thank you, EMRCDR, for the follow. Welcome to the stream right as we're ending. I stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I announce my streams in two places. One of them is on Twitter. That's twitter.com/CodeWithAnthony, where I basically say, I'm going to be streaming in such amount of time, and then what I work on. And we did actually do this today, which is nifty. I also announced them on the Discord. You can get those links in the chat right now. Oops, that's not how you spell Dixord. And I have one other announcement for today, and that is next Wednesday we're going to be doing an event with the Pogrammers, which is the Twitch team that we created. We're going to be doing Code in the Dark. The idea behind Code in the Dark is you're given an image of a web page, and you're supposed to write the code for it, but you're not allowed to incrementally see what code you've written. Or like what is the output of the code you've written. So basically you have to, write an entire web page without knowing how it renders. And then at the end, you finally reveal your render, and then we compare them all, and it should be pretty fun. And a whole bunch of us are going to be doing it, so it should be really cool. So make sure to stop by that. That'll be next week, 6 Pacific time. So we're going to have 2 streams that day. Double stream day. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and let's go find someone to raid.